Hey guys, Troy Dooley, MLM Help Desk. Do you ever wonder what the difference is between a dreamer and a visionary? See, I've analyzed that over the years. I finally realized that visionaries, they don't go to sleep. They just keep cranking. That little dream, that vision that they have, it multiplies. It keeps them awake. I've been around network marketing long enough to see what A.L. Williams went through when he launched the company that we know today as Primerica. I saw the slander. I've got 2 volumes of negative press. Today, that company is worth billions of dollars. They pay out over almost $500 million a year, a little over that, almost $750 million a year, just in commissions. It's a beautiful thing. I've been around long enough to remember a really good-looking single guy that the women just adored, named Mark Hughes, start selling vitamins out of the trunk of his car. Took on the regulators, took on the Senate. Today, that company is a billion-dollar company. These are visionaries. They weren't just dreamers. They were visionaries. They never gave up. They knew they could make it. Sherman Henderson, the CEO of Lightyear Network Solutions, is that kind of a man. Now, you may say, why, Troy, look at their financials. They've lost $29 million since they came out of bankruptcy. That's true. But see, Sherman launched this company in '93. He had a passion. He just loved telecommunications. He quickly grew that company. It was on the rise. XL Communications was going through some heyday, and man, there was talks about mergers, talks about maybe a buyout, something like that, and it all fell apart. XL got bought up by those guys out of Europe, I think it was, and the next thing I know, Lightyear's in bankruptcy. Since they came out of bankruptcy, $29 million lost. But here's the kicker on this. Sherman never gave up his vision. They'd lose money, he'd write checks. They'd lose money, he'd find investors. They'd lose money, and his team stuck with him. Elaine Bush, his chief financial officer, believed in Sherman, and she's been with him since day one. You'd look at John Greaves, who's their general counsel, has been with him since '96. I remember talking to Josh Henderson, runs the wireless division, the network marketing arm, and I remember Josh telling me when this merger was taking place, he said, Troy, Dad's had a dream. He's always dreamed of owning a publicly traded telecommunication company. And this is his dream. Now, since they've gone public, man, the industry's gone nuts, because anytime a network marketing company goes public, they basically are dropping their drawers, and you get to see all of them in their glory, their birthday suit. People know if they're making money or they're not. See, it's not like these privately held companies who go out there and they raise all this venture capitalist money. Doesn't look like debt. It's a preferred equity type situation. And they go around saying we're debt free. They could be losing money like crazy. Nobody know because they're private. I've had people say, well, publicly traded companies answers to their stockholders. What do you think privately traded companies do? They still have stockholders. They have the owners of the company, the venture capitalists, their vendors, all these people they have to answer to at any given time. There's no difference, just one's public, one's private. In this case here, when I looked at their total liabilities, their current liabilities in 2009, $31 million. Today, only $9.4 million, because Sherman Henderson, some board of directors, some other people that loan money said, we're willing, Sherman, to take equity because we believe in you. We believe this stock is going to go up. We believe this company is going to go. I believe, and I've stated this publicly, I believe they have everything that it takes to become the next billion-dollar telecommunication company in network marketing. I don't know if they'll do it, but they have what it takes. They have the leader at the top who has a dying passion to make it happen. He just cranks this out. He's got a team in his office. I've talked to some of their employees. It's a family atmosphere. They all believe in Lightyear. He has a field force out here, not just in the network marketing arm, but in their regular retail agent. They believe in this company. Did you know that Lightyear actually sells local telephone service in 44 states, long distance in 49 states? Did you realize that the Lightyear wireless reps, they don't just sell wireless services. They sell everything Lightyear has to offer. They can offer services to companies, services to family, bundled packages, calling cards. See, they're the only true telecommunication company. They own their customers. They're not out there marketing as a reseller, just services. They actually own their customers. They're Lightyear reps. Every Lightyear, every wireless company I've seen has had hiccups except Lightyear. Now, Lightyear's had some issues with their comp plan, getting it tweaked out, but when you look at the company, they just constantly, boom. They have over 50,000 customer locations, over 100,000 customers, I think, total. That's powerful. Have they lost? They've lost money. As a matter of fact, revenues were down for this quarter. The revenues went from, what was that, 16.5 to 11.2. But they don't hide anything. That's what I love about this. I think it's cool. When you listen to their vision, listen to their future vision. Their vision is to increase Lightyear revenue and earnings via a combination of organic and acquisition growth. They're planning on going out there and taking over some companies. Their strategy, this is beautiful, to acquire multiple small and mid-sized competitors and thereby aggregate our revenue. Each series of acquisitions will come with a period of integration and consolidation. This reminds me of two companies, Brown, I think it was Brown Communications or Brown Telephone Company, back in Abilene, Kansas. Now, before my time, but they started out in the 1800s, about 1893 or so. Little bitty podunk, nobody ever heard of that company. They have today. It's known as Sprint. You know how they got that way? Became this number 3 large company. They did it through a series of small and mid-sized acquisitions. Most people haven't heard of CenturyTel that started out in Louisiana, is now the 4th largest telecommunication company in America. You know how they did it? Through acquisitions. Matter of fact, they bought Embark, which had been Sprint, which had been that old Brown telephone company. Acquisitions. When I saw that, I thought they have it. They have what it takes to make this happen. See, what I like about publicly traded network marketing companies is you can look at their financials. And I'm going to tell you what, those financials are scary. You know, just when they first launched, they said, you know what, if we keep losing money, we may not be able to make it. But their field force didn't run. See, unlike a private company that can tell you they're debt-free until the day they go bankrupt, you ever figure that one out? This company, you can see it coming. You get to take strategic risks. You get to join with your eyes wide open. It's not like all these other wireless companies starting out in MLM. And you have no clue how financially strong they are or not. I've seen companies that have hit critical mass. They've taken in the money, and then all of a sudden something went south, and they had critical, totally, instead of progression, it was degression, and commissions didn't get paid out. Money got taken in, commissions haven't gotten paid out. And excuses are given. It sucks. And here you get to see everything. Listen to this. This is powerful. They had a decrease in revenue by 32% this quarter, primarily due to small and medium-sized business customers moving to integrated telecommunication bundles. The customers are still with us. They're just paying less, which also reduced our expenses. They've seen customers move from landline to wireless, which has given them a decrease in revenue, but it's kept their customer base. Now, the business VoIP services has gone up, but the customer side has gone down. They also saw a decrease on their network marketing arm, and the reason being, and it's right in here, they did an aggressive rollout. Then they ended up sideways with a couple of distributors that thought they could have bigger egos, and they went over to do something else and ended up in lawsuits, and they said, let's slow this down and do it right. Let's be a little bit more strategic in what we're doing. When I looked at this and I realized that the Henderson family had given up their debt for equity, knowing that if this thing went south, they'd have zero, I realized that here's what you're looking for in a company. Strong leadership. Leadership that believes in their vision. Leadership that believes in the field. And I'm going to put some stuff up just from the Lightyear wireless side for you to look at. But if you're looking for a company because you like telecommunication, you like the wireless side, you want to be able to show people how they can save money monthly, this may be a company for you to look at. You may be with a competitor, and there is nothing wrong with ACN, 5Link, Wow Mobile, Zoom Mobile, Global Verge, Panther Mobile, Global Pros, PHP. Did I leave somebody out? Heck, I don't know. Even that new XL Communication, that could be an iffy one since XL's out of bankruptcy and they may not like that. There's room for people out there if they have the money and they have the vision. I have yet to find one CEO that has the passion that Sherman Henderson does for telecommunication and for helping people save money. When I see that, that's the kind of company that will be next. And if you're that kind of CEO, I challenge you to give me a call. Let's do a review on your company. Folks, live life like it's an epic adventure. We'll see you at the top.